Hey everyone, it's Alex with the Seattle Guitar Store, and it's time for another installment of the Year of the Pedal. This time we're going to take a look at Earthuaker Devices' Arrows pedal, and this has to be about the simplest pedal that Earthuaker, or frankly anyone else, makes. And it's great. It does one thing, and it does one thing really well, and it's simply a boost with a treble accentuator. That's it. Perfect for adding a little oomph over the top when you have leads, little fills you want to do, and then you want to jump back and kind of fall back into the rhythm section, melt back in. It's very simple. It's got one control, and it's a combined gain boost with a treble boost. Now, where you're going to want to put this is on the front end of your amp typically. So in this case, I've got a Strat going through a Princeton Reverb, and when you're going through a clean amp, you're not getting the volume compression characteristics that you get of distortion, and so the difference between the volume settings that you're going to get here and the actual output volume are going to be a lot different than going through a distorted amp where the compression is going to limit kind of the upper end of how loud it's going to be. So what that means is that if you're going to use this as a lead boost pedal in a clean setting, you're going to want to kind of make sure you get your volume levels dialed in before you get out there, right? You may adjust the amp and then you have this turned up and you hit it, and now you're ripping the audience's heads off. The opposite effect, though, is that if I have this dialed down, say about halfway, I have this turned off, and then I turn this on, right? There's a significant volume drop. So when you're playing with this in a clean amp, you're going to really want to spend some time to really get the volumes dialed in the way that you want it. Now, if I turn that off, listen to the difference. All right, now you can tell there's a little bit of a volume difference, but there's also a brightness difference. So keep that in mind as you're turning the knob to the right. Not only are you going to get a higher signal coming out of the pedal, but it's also going to add more treble to it. Now, that's great when you want to cut through the mix, but again, you need to use it judiciously. Now, I've showed you how it works through a clean amp. Let's see what it looks like when we run it through a dirty amp. All right, let's listen to how the Arrow sounds in front of an amp with a little grid on it. So in this case, I've got a Les Paul Classic going into an EVH 5153, and I've got kind of a crunchy medium gain kind of sound. Okay? Now, with a pedal like the Arrows, or really any sort of overdrive pedal, you can sort of stack gain and give yourself a nice little boost, maybe for leads or fills, using a pedal like the Arrows. But the key is to really pull your punches. It doesn't take much to drive the front end of an already distorted amp and give you more of a lead tone. So you can see here, I've got the Arrows only dialed up about a quarter of the way, right, 9 o'clock, and listen to the difference in sound when I turn the Arrows on. And now with the Arrows on. Right, you can really hear how there's a little more sizzle to it, there's a little more gain, but also because we get a treble boost with this, we're going to get some extra treble into the sound. Now, because we're already going through a distorted amp, any sort of boost or overdrive going into that, a little goes a long way. And when we really start to turn this up, it can get a little piercing and a little noisy. Right, but not too bad. So you can use the Arrows as a great way to sort of boost your leads and cut through the band and then pull it back and fit right back into the rhythm section. So there you have it, the Arrows treble boost pedal. Again, a simple yet incredibly effective pedal from Earthuaker Devices. There's not a lot going on here, but the thing it does very well. Definitely something you want to add if you're just looking for that way to cut through in your leads and again, fall back with the rest of the band when it's time to go back into the rhythm parts. Come in and check it out. Remember, you can only get this custom artwork from the Seattle Guitar Store, either in person in the lovely city of Seattle, Washington, or online at seattleguitarstore.com. And hey, while you're on the website, check out what we've got there, but also be sure to scroll down and sign up for the free newsletter. As a newsletter member, you're going to get all sorts of cool tricks and tips coming into your inbox for free. We're also going to let you know about special deals that are going on in the store, as well as clinics that are happening. When you sign up for the newsletter, you'll have a chance to be entered into a drawing for this pedal or any of the other pedals that we've shown off in the year of the pedal.